on active duty, we were in Okinawa and we were doing a competition for mortars. I was a mortar man. So, you take a mortar and you drop a bomb and it goes boop, and it drops a bomb on the bad guys. And the faster you can get the gun ready to go and shoot it, the faster you can help save your line infantry. So we had these two different types of deflection changes, or changes in aiming your gun onto the target. One's a small deflection change and one's a large deflection change. Don't ask me what that is anymore because it's been 30 years. But a small deflection change was something like 20 seconds to get the gun bubbled up, to get aimed in. A large deflection change, you had like 45 to 60 seconds, I want to say. I just throwing out numbers, but it was a large difference, right? From 20 seconds to a minute. Well, a lot can happen in a minute, right? Especially when you're being attacked by the bad guys. So the faster you are on the gun, the faster you can help your guys. We had this competition and we were doing the small deflection changes and that was done. And we did the large deflection changes and everybody online had the same information, had the same target data, and we plugged it into the gun and I got my gun up on a large deflection change in like 18 seconds, 8 seconds. And everybody's like, baloney, bullshit, you're full of crap, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, no, come take a look. And then I did it repeatedly 4 or 5 times. And I got to say, flex, that I was the fastest mortarman in the Marine Corps. I don't know if that was actually true or not, because we never really went back to headquarters Marines and said, hey, what's the fastest large deflection change? But that's my flex. Again, going back to this whole thing, be good at what you're doing. Be proud of what you do. In real estate, they say that 90% of the people get out of real estate in the first 3 years because their mindset is, what they see on HGTV. They go into these big mansions, they hear the music, and it's never anything like that, right? It's not like that at all. You go in, you work your butt off, and the people that really do well understand that you have to hustle. You have to be out there every day. You have to get out there. So how do you do that every day? How can you do that and become the best at what you do? Outcomes. This is probably the most important part of this BHAG exercise. I'm going to have a little drop sheet for you to fill out. And it's up to you to fill it out because you're an adult. I'm not going to come and chase after you. If you don't do it, too bad. But you're very welcome to download this sheet and check it out and fill it out and make it yours. It's as simple as possible. You can go online and dig through all these things. They're super complicated, but just download this sheet and it's really easy. It asks those 3 questions: what your main goals are and what you want to do in 1 year, 5 year, 10 years. What the outcome is going to ask you is, what does success mean to you? What does this success mean to your family? What is that going to allow you to do? It means you get to run around in your G-Wagon? That's great. Go do that, right? Does it allow you to go and invest in more properties? Absolutely. Does it allow you to pay off all your credit card bills and get from underneath all the debt that you're feeling that might be stressing you out? Absolutely, right? What does that mean to you? What does that mean to your family? How is that going to make you feel? How is that going to help everything? Your trilogy, right? Your mind, body, and soul, and then your relationships and your financial freedom. How is that going to help you? So think about it more globally and then figure it out more granularly how that's going to help you. And obviously, how is it going to affect your life, right? So if you say, I'm going to pay off my house in 5 years, my mortgage in 5 years, what is that going to mean? Why would you want to do that, right? And you can go on TikTok and talk to these people or listen to these people like, oh, why would I ever pay off my mortgage? I can take all that extra money and invest it in the stock market. Absolutely. And if you're good at the stock market, you should do that too. Or maybe you can do a little bit of both or what have you. Don't question what you're going to do. Figure out what your plan is, plan out your life and live your plan. Boiling it all down is your BHAG is really here to help you come up with a plan, a 500-foot strategy of where you want to be in a year, in 5 years, and in 10 years. And so I'll tell you the story right now that I hooked you in with in the beginning. My goal 4 years ago was $500,000 because I thought, yeah, why not? $500,000, that's a lot of money. In my mindset was, that's a lot of money. $200,000 is a lot of money. I can live really well with $200,000. I still can because financially, I've always lived underneath my means. My wife has made me live underneath my means. What does a $500,000 mean to me? And I broke it down and I figured it out. I'm not going to tell you what that means to you because I don't want you copying it. I want this to be authentically you. I screwed up though. I didn't have any outside influence. Once I accomplished my goal of $500,000, I went out and talked to my sales manager at Compass. And he's like, oh yeah, that's amazing. You did really well. And did you know that top 2 people in this office alone makes $3.5 and $5 million a year? And all of a sudden, my mind went complete tunnel vision. I was like, I totally undershot my goal. And then he told me in this company, in Compass Realty, the top 3 people fight for the top position every year. They make routinely 20 and 21 and $22 million. It's all perspective. You know, when I was growing up, I had no idea what college was. When I was in the Marines, I learned what college was. I mean, I did know what it was, but I didn't want to do it. It was like, what efforts, what value can I get out of college? I didn't see the value in it. And then when I was in the Marines, I saw a lot of people. I was in the reserves, and then a lot of guys were going to college. Why would I want to do that? And I saw their lives shaping up a lot faster, a lot more succinctly. I'm not saying that the others that didn't get a degree were less of people. It's just that I saw what they were doing. I'm like, why can't I do that? So I went back to college, told myself I was always going to go back to college. I was always going to go back to college. I was always going to go back to college. Then we had twins, and I freaked out. I was like, oh, I need to go back to corporate America. I better get my degree. So I went back to school, and what I learned was I don't want to be in corporate America, but I do want to learn how to run a business more efficiently. So I got my degree when I was 41. Now I know how to run a business much more efficiently. And one of the very, very small tasks that you're going to do as a business owner is this BHAG. It allows you to completely focus on that. Going back to that whole thing was, when you have your mindset on something, you can absolutely accomplish it. Don't let other people tell you what you can and cannot do. I can tell you that without a doubt, video works. If you have the right mindset, if you think you can, if you believe you can, and it will help your life become much more successful. It will. I mean, I don't know how else to explain it to you. It's mindset, guys. If you believe that I can just do 15 videos and then quit and then I'll get videos, that's not how it goes. That's a short-term concept, and you're not going to survive that way. You need to commit to yourself to doing at least 1 video a week. I do 1 video a week for my real estate, for Video Ease, and then I also am starting to do live, because the more people that see my face, the more people that listen to me, the more people that watch me and get to understand me, the more they're going to know me, like me, and trust me. So start with the weekly videos and get out there and do it. Segueing back into that goal, $500,000 was an achievable goal. I didn't realize it was. And things that are working up here where I happen to live in Silicon Valley, where people are selling $30 million houses, $5 million houses. Didn't have that in my mindset until I had that conversation with my sales manager. It's been 3 or 4 years. 4 years. Let's just round it up to 5 since I did this BHAG, and I'm going to redo my BHAG. At the end of the year, I'll present it to you as a video, etc., and tell you where I am. And here's one thing you have to remember about a BHAG. It's probably the most important thing that you've listened to about this whole video. If you have such an audacious goal that you couldn't imagine 2 years ago that you would actually get there, and you get halfway there, what's the worst that can happen? If you say, I want to make $500,000 and you get to 250, that's still amazing. It's still crazy amazing. When you look at how many people, for example, in real estate, if you're doing something else, I can't tell you the numbers, but 70% of the money goes to the top 30% of the people, right? It's Pareto's rule. I think it's 70% of the people in real estate only do like 3 deals a year. If you're at $250,000 a year, just imagine where you rank as far as everybody else, how successful you are amongst everybody else. Don't think you can't. Always have that mindset of you can, you will. How am I going to do this? And that's my mindset. It's like how I started this business, how I started Video Ease. How am I going to hire a VA so I don't have to worry about editing videos? I can just throw it up against the wall and let them deal with it so I can focus on my real estate business. That's exactly why I've started Video Ease, so I can share that with others so that they can focus on their business. So you, as a student of this course, can throw up your videos up against the wall and let us manage that while you focus on your business. All right. Hey, I'm Vito Scarnecchia with Video Ease. I hope this kind of pumped you up a little bit today. If you have any questions or comments, put it down below. And you're always welcome to email us at customerservice@videoease.com. We'll see you out there.